This is the Miro robot. So, like Paro, it's built as a animal-like robot. Paro's obviously got a very clear representation of the baby seal. Miro has been built as a general mammal robot. It's got features. It's looking over at me because I'm talking. It's got general features of all sorts of different mammals together. So we have like the sort of rabbit, donkey-like ears, the little dog's sort of style body. Some people recognise that that's a cow sort of nose, and it's structured that way to so that people can connect with it as a mammal rather than having a predetermined belief that, say, it's a dog, it's a cat, and so on. So he likes to wander around, moving very fast as well, like it's got a personality like a curious little puppy, maybe. That's certainly how people tend to respond to it. This robot was built by members of the University of Sheffield. So Professor Tony Prescott from in his time in the Department of Psychology, now currently in computer science, has worked with Sebastian Conran, a designer in residence at the University of Sheffield, in their operation of consequential robotics to develop the Miro robot. It's based a lot around Tony Prescott's work, looking at the layers of the brain and the architectures that the brain has. And Miro is programmed in this regard, so it has some basic behaviours, basic actions, and then some slightly more advanced actions that are built on top. So today, one of the most basic actions that Miro has is edge detection, of being able to find the differences between light and dark and responding accordingly. Miro's functions can be turned on and off, and today that has been turned off, so I have to keep on catching it if it's going near the edge of a table. Miro also, like Paro, has a responsive shell here, so that if we stroke it, it can detect that and respond emotionally as such. So it has lights here inside the shell, I don't know if they're coming out, that show green for it being quite excitable, blue for being in a calm sort of state, and red for being in a bit of a agitated emotional state. So Miro is used for animal companionship as well, but also for STEM education, so that we can open up the body, we can have people working through on the programming, we can have people working on the hardware itself as well. So it's got quite a good versatile use. Compared to the Paro, I understand that Miro's about £2,000, so a fair bit cheaper, and comes in like a developer kit as well, so you can design and work with these at home yourself. Why doesn't Miro have any fur? There's a few reasons on not having fur. So the shell is a lot more straightforward to produce than like a fur robot. The Paro robot, as we saw earlier, used to be a brilliant white colour, and over time, with enough people interacting with it, it needs a bit of care. With the Miro like this is fairly sturdy, it's fairly straightforward to produce, and we've seen from various work that it doesn't seem to matter so much. Now, some people quite like the furry shell, like the soft and furry robots, but this one, it's more of a play robot than you sitting and being passive. Like if we pop Miro down, it might take to sort of just wandering and roaming around the room. You might have a little bit of a break for a while. That people see it as something to play with rather than just sit and hold. I understand that there might be some look in the future as Miro being made in a more animal-like or more realistic look, but I think there's plenty from Miro at the moment already.